Hey, so in this tutorial I'm going to explain you how to use the floor plan in 3DVista so that you know how to add the routers and stuff like that. So let's get started. So first thing, we are going to download the content, the new American Home 2016. This is the one we need, but I'm on the sample page and we have to go to support demo projects. I'll put this link in the description. So, and then you can just download the new American Home file. So once you've downloaded the files, you'll see that this is the folder. You could open this project and then you see everything connected, but we are not going to do that. We are going to create a new project and use the content in these folders to build the floor plan. So let's go to 3DVista, import panorama, standard panorama, then we go to media, panoramas, and we just take the first 3 panoramas. By holding shift you select multiple, you open, and the 3 panoramas will be added. Okay, so once imported the footage, we will check the skin. There's nothing in the skin right now. Then we go to floor plan, we add a floor plan, we go a little bit up, and in the new American Home Light media there is floor plans, and we're going to just take them all and import them. Okay, so once imported the floor plans, you'll see that in the skin it created the map viewer. In this map viewer the floor plan will appear. So let's just preview what we've got right now. So as you can see, the floor plan will appear automatically, but it's just taking the first one, and we want to show a radar system in this when you look around. So let's create that. We're going back to 3DVista. In case the map viewer doesn't appear because you remove the floor plans, so in here, and you need to create this, it's not appearing, you can remove this and just create a viewer here and call this floor plan viewer, for example. And when you go to floor plans, you can select here instead of the map viewer or the main viewer, the floor plan viewer. I'm not going to do that right now, but so you know, that's how it works with viewers. So we've got the floor plans imported, the map viewer in the skin, map viewer connected with the floor plans in here. Now it's time to add hotspots to the viewers. So we're going to use the ground floor, double click it, and we are going to add an image. Go to media, no, one bit higher, hotspots. And there is HS floor plan PNG. In case you need icons or something like that, I'll put a link in the description to download a lot of icons which are open source, also for commercial projects. So that's a nice thing to have. So you select the icon, open, and then we are going to place it. So I know this one needs to be here. And when you go to radar, you don't see any options to add a radar. That is because, back to the hotspot, this one needs a panorama media attached. So what we'll do is we're going to rename this hotspot to floor plan hotspot 1. And we are going to add an action, open panorama, and we are going to living room 1. And we just keep this as it is. We say done. And now when we go to the radar system, it will appear this option. So by clicking and selecting it, you can now add a radar to this because the panorama is attached to it. So we are going to do that, and when you see that this is adding this white radar on it, but it's not placed properly. Because there is the table and there's the couch. Well, it is, in this case it's already pretty accurate. So let's say it's not accurate. So in this case, you see it's not accurate. So to place it correctly, what you have to do is you have to drag and drop this radar system like this, and then release it and then connect it to this view. You can double check it and say, hey, well, is this correct? It is quite correct. If I want to move this, let's say I've misplaced this hotspot, I have to go back to hotspots and I just move it a little bit again. Let's say this is just a bit better. You go back to radar, you select the radar here, and then you can double check again and say, okay, yes, this is kind of right. But as you can see, it's white on white, so that's not really useful. So inside we're going to change this to something like black. And we are going to do the radius length a bit less, like this. And there's the inside, but there's the outside. The outside is kind of like an overlay image, which can be placed on top of this whole thing. By default, it's turned off with the opacity to 0. But let's put it a little higher so you can see how it looks like. So we're going to preview this now. So as you can see, the green it's adding. So we're going to remove that right away. But so you know the functionality. And as you can see, as I move around, it shows what I'm looking at. So that's nice. What we can start doing right now is adding a few more of these hotspots. So we are going to hotspots, copy paste, Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V if you're on Mac. And then we are going to move this one, I think it's around here, and call this hotspot 2. Or I think it makes more sense. It's living room 1, living room 2, and main kitchen. So let's keep that also in the name structure in the floor plans. So this was living room 1 floor plan, hotspot HS, and this is living room 2 floor plan HS. So I know it's a hotspot. And then I double click this. I click this blue icon and I change it to living room 2 and I say done. I'm going to copy paste this again, and this is going to be the kitchen floor plan hotspot, or maybe it makes more sense hotspot kitchen floor plan. I could say FP. So in terms of naming convention. So I have to move this as well. So this is, I think it's here. I'm not completely sure. We'll double check this. And what we are going to do now is go to radar and now select living room 2. Oh, and as you can see, this is duplicated and I forgot to change the panorama, so it's both times showing living room 2 is the name of the panorama. So I see I've made a mistake here. I go back to hotspot kitchen, I double click open panorama, and I select the main kitchen. Okay, go back to radar, you see now it's called main kitchen. So living room 2, let's see what we see. Okay, so there's like that, add action or add radar. And we are going to move it like this. It is pretty accurate. It could have been moved a little bit more to the top, but for now I'm fine with this. And we are going to main kitchen, add radar. Well, I got lucky this time. Not completely. This is better. I see that I had to move this all the way down, so let's just correct that quickly. This there, this a bit, I think it was there, yeah. Double check, radar, living room 2. We go here, yes, that's right. Main kitchen. And this is correct as well. So, we are going to remove this green stuff by reducing opacity to 0. Yes, everywhere. And that's the nice thing, when I change this length, then it will change as well over this one and this one. So that stays consistent. That's nice. Let's preview this. And there you go. So I have not built any navigation inside now, but there's another way to navigate now because we add actions here. I can also click within the floor plan, just open the panoramas like this. But if you would add hotspots in here, it will also change the floor plan. And let's say you have multiple floor plans, then as soon as you link, you open another panorama, which is connected to a different floor plan, it will automatically take the corresponding floor plan to your project. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Would be nice to like and subscribe the video, so it's always good to keep track of the updates. Well, thanks. See you later.